want to start out this video by saying I haven't gone a day without thinking about my YouTube channel, without thinking about posting and being active on here, without interacting with everyone who has supported me from the moment that I started posting on YouTube. It has been probably the most frustrating thing to me to not be able to have it in me to be on here and make content for you all, because when I am doing that is when I am my happiest. So it has been really difficult taking some time away and not being here. I went back to go check to see when the last time I posted was, and it was December 31st of 2019, talking about my entire year. And it is now September, and I have tried filming a video like this 3 times over the last year, and it just hasn't happened. I have not had it in me to just sit down and do it like old times, because it's just, this year's been tough, and that's okay to admit, and that's kind of why I'm here to just sit down and talk about everything that I've gone through, because I know that there are people out there who have also gone through similar things as me and need to hear that there are other people who have gone through those things as well. So these past 8 months have been the most challenging I've ever had to deal with in my life. I've gone through so many different phases of things with myself and things with my family and things with the virus. I mean, everyone has kind of gone through challenging things this year, and I definitely have gotten a thicker skin because of it, and I'm confident saying that, and that is also why I'm here to give advice on the things that I've learned and the things that I have stuck by this whole journey, because like I said, I want there to be something that I can share for people who are also going through similar things still, and can have my story to just be able to look up to. So, and if you are still here and watching this, I want to just say thank you so much. I clearly have gone through some stuff, and if you are still here and clicked on this and haven't unsubscribed and have kept up with me as much as you can, I thank you so much. I plan to come back. I plan to be consistent again on here, and I plan to use this as an outlet for being more vulnerable. I can't say that word. Being more vulnerable. There we go. For being more vulnerable. Oh my god. For opening up more, and for sharing just my day-to-day life on how things are going, and I think that's super important. And I've always been a really genuine person, and I'm not going to go and post stuff if I'm not at my best and in an unhealthy situation. But I think it's also important to do that if you aren't feeling your best and you can be genuine with stuff. So now that I've rambled on for 4 minutes, I guess we'll just get right into it. And it's tough too, because I've tried filming this like 3 other times and I've scrapped it each time, but I wasn't truly at a spot where I could post it and be like, oh, this is what happened and I'm doing a lot better, because I would get to editing it and then something would come up the next week, and it just never felt right. And we are here today, and I'm hoping that this time it feels right and that I will be able to get back and just talk about everything that is going on and be open about it. Where do we even start? I have kind of like a little list on my laptop, so don't be mad if I'm looking down at all. But I guess we'll start with when I kind of started to feel a little discouraged about being on here. I was doing very well last summer. Summer of 2019 was like the best I've ever been. I was growing on my YouTube, I was with my friends, I was being creative, I was going to concerts, I was doing all these things that seemed to just feel right, and I don't know, I still was dealing with some personal issues, but I felt the best I've been. I haven't always been super confident in myself, I would say. I've gone through like a lot of phases in high school, like not knowing what I want, and getting bullied in elementary school, and other things that have just kind of shaped who I am. But college has really been my time to figure out what I want to do, the things that I'm passionate about, the things that I'm good at, and that year was really the year that I kind of discovered myself in that aspect of things, and I have stuck by that since, and I still stick by that, and that is why I'm here. And I don't know, that was just a really good year, and I think what really hit hard for me was school is hard. School is just hard in general to manage while working, while doing extracurriculars, while trying to maintain a YouTube channel. I mean, YouTube, people don't understand how much work gets put into posting on here. It probably takes me for a normal video, probably a couple of hours to film, like 8 hours to edit, another like 2 or 3 hours to do all of the thumbnails and the title and everything just that goes into that, and it's a lot of work and people don't understand that, and it's crazy that people can do that while managing all these other things, because I'm just not good at managing my time. We all know this. We all know that Noah is not, what's the word? I wouldn't necessarily say organized. No, I'm definitely not organized. Oh my god. But I'm really bad at time management. That's what it is. I have these spurts where sometimes I will feel super motivated and passionate about what I'm doing, and then I will just sink down deep and not want to do anything and just lay in my bed. That's how it is. It's my personality. But again, when I'm doing something that I'm really passionate about, I do it 110%. I work super hard, and I feel my best when I'm doing stuff that I actually like. And that's where it becomes difficult, is when I'm in school and I'm working and I'm doing all these other things, and I know that my heart wants to focus on making content and doing different creative things, but it's difficult when you're in school. And again, I'm in school I am doing photography and videography and graphic design and website building, and it is the coolest thing. Like, I have learned so many different skills, but at the same time, while I am putting a lot of my time and energy into learning and going to school and working and doing all these things that school requires, I haven't been able to focus on myself as much. And that is where the difference with 2019 versus 2020 has kind of shifted for me. Is last year I was very go, 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 and this year I've had to take a step back and understand how I work and how life works, and it's been tough, but I'm here, and I don't know, I guess that's why we're here. I mean, everything happens for a reason, and you live and you learn, and my time will come where I can be successful and do my own thing and have the freedom that I want one day. So we will get there eventually. But yeah, I was going super, super strong. I was posting 3 times a week on YouTube. I was on my social media game, and then, that is when I was my happiest. I loved doing that stuff. And then school started, and obviously I love school, but once I started school, my creativity with my social media started to go downhill, and I didn't post on here as much, and then it's just too difficult to manage. And so that was kind of the end of 2019. The beginning of 2020 was really strong. I saw some of my close friends from high school at this little thing that we did. It was like a New Year's party thing, which was super fun. What else went on? It feels like a totally different year, honestly, the beginning of this year. I had some interesting classes. That was fun. I had a photography class, and I did really good in it, and I was super creative and kind of was still working on that as well. I'll insert some pictures here maybe, I'm not really sure. But yeah, me and my friend Sophie did some pictures for class, and they turned out super cool. I'll insert them here. And I don't know, I was just feeling decent, but still not my full potential of what I could be doing creatively, because I was putting all my time into school and work. I remember being very overwhelmed with school. I was doing too much, and I have a problem with overcommitting. I like to make everyone happy, and how I deal with that is I tell people that I'll do stuff for them when I know that I don't have the mental capacity or the time to do it, and then I still do it but get stressed out, and it ends up not being good for me. So I did that last semester, and obviously the biggest thing of the whole year was the virus, COVID-19. Had a big impact on a lot of us, and I personally, it was difficult for me to process. The first wave when it hit was my spring break. So my spring break, I was supposed to go to New York and visit my friend Evelyn, who was actually going to the Fashion Institute of Technology, and I was going to go with my dad, and we were going to go see Dear Evan Hansen live. I was going to see another musical live. I was going to do all the touristy things, and that was when I was planning to come back. I have like 3 or 4 videos filmed in March that I just never got to editing because I don't know, I just didn't do it. And New York was going to be my reset. New York was going to be, this is a new fresh start. This is, I can be creative again. I can kind of break through that barrier of feeling defeated, I guess, and be in a new environment. I think being stuck in the same place for too long kind of starts to like hinder on you as an individual, and I was really excited to go somewhere new. And my spring break hit, it was March 16th through the 20th, and that was when the virus hit and everything shut down. So literally 2 days before I was supposed to get on a plane, New York lockdown, like everything was gone. And it was tough because my classes went fully online. I was going on spring break and I didn't even realize that I wouldn't be coming back. I really thought, they said 2 weeks after, but we didn't come back, obviously. And it was weird. It was a big shock. I mean, here I am, working, going to class, living on my own in my apartment, and all of a sudden, in a matter of a week, everything had shifted. Class was done, work was done. I was moving home because I needed to be home. And it was a lot. It's a lot to process. I mean, you go through a big culture switch like that and you don't really know how to process it. At the same time, though, I was like, wow, I get to do my classes online. I don't want to be in person anymore, which that was kind of nice. Honestly, I got some space. But personally, for me, the virus, it was difficult at first to process, but I adjusted really quickly. It hasn't been the most difficult thing for me. The thing that has been hard for me is understanding how people are like, I don't want to wear a mask and I don't want to be careful, when I have been super careful and doing the best that I can with making everything work. What really was difficult for me these last few months was, and I can't like really go into like a lot of detail with it because of just certain things I can't say, but I also was dealing with some family problems, and I can't really, again, talk about it to a full extent, but I had a family member get super sick and I kind of had to step in and be the person that helped with it, and it was really difficult, obviously. My quarantine was dealing with someone who was sick, and like I said, I can't really go into the extent of everything because it kind of, there's like, obviously with like HIPAA, the law of talking about illness and things, but I can talk about how it has affected me, obviously, because I'm not going to give personal information because I can't, but I went through a lot of different phases where I was, a lot of different emotions and a lot of different feelings, and that was a really difficult thing to swallow for me because I was limited from being creative when I moved home. I was limited from filming. I was limited from feeling my best, and it almost like I had aged 20 years and was like just dealing with stuff that I shouldn't have to deal with until later in my life. And the whole summer I was kind of dealing with it as well, to a different extent, which I like I said, I can't really talk about, but I was not in a good mental state. That's what I can say. I can say that the way that I was, I guess, getting treated and the way that everything happened, I was not good. And I think it kind of goes back to self-care because, like I said earlier, I'm a people pleaser. I like to make everyone happy, and there's only so much you can do for other people before you start to hurt yourself. And it's tough because if you're always going and doing things for other people, you start to lose touch with yourself, and that's kind of what I realized. And when I was going through all of my problems with everything that I was dealing with, I wasn't focusing on myself. I wasn't doing the things that I love. I wasn't getting the day of light that I needed. And at the same time, there was a whole virus going on with the world, which was very limiting in itself. So I was kind of stuck in this bubble of negativity and sadness and anger and emotions, and I hit my point where I was like, you know what, I need to do what's best for me. And what was best for me was coming back to school. I needed some space. I needed to be on my own, how I used to be, and that is what I had to do. And it's really hard to talk about this because, again, it's really sensitive to me and it's hard to be vulnerable, but I want you to know that if you have gone through stuff with your family or your friends where you have been in a tough situation, whether it be with mental illness, whether it be with physical illness, whether it be with just trauma in general, that there are so many things out there that you can seek to get help. There is counseling, there's therapy, having a good friend support group is important, and you're not alone. And that's what was hard for me too, is there were times when I felt alone, and there were times when I was just angry, and like I said, like my emotions were through the roof, and I wasn't going to document because I couldn't at the same time. I couldn't really document stuff when I'm not happy and when I'm also dealing with other problems. I think there's this stigma too. I saw this Instagram post where no matter it be your family or your friends or acquaintances or whoever it is, if the people you surround yourself with aren't benefiting you and it is causing you stress and anxiety and negativity, no matter who it is, you need to do what's best for yourself. And if that includes distancing yourself from someone, then that's what you have to do. And like I said, I have been on my own at my apartment, and I have I've been here and I have been taking time for myself, which is so important. And I didn't really get that this summer, and I didn't get that this year, and it's going to be a long journey, and I'm okay with accepting that, and I'm okay with knowing that it's okay to not be okay, that it's okay to not be at your best mentally, be at your best in general. And that's what I'm working on, and that's why I have a thicker skin, because of my experiences, and maybe one day I will be fully able to talk about what happened. But as of right now, I think that's kind of all I can touch on, and I am on my own in my apartment, and I'm working towards my goals again, and it feels good. It feels good to be in school, have a routine, be working towards myself, and even seeing some of my friends, which obviously with the virus I'm being super careful. I am always wearing a mask. If I'm seeing someone, I'm checking their symptoms, I'm checking my temperature. I am only surrounding myself with like 1 or 2 people at a time. And I thrive off of being in social environments too, so that was tough. I'm back and I kind of have that a little more, which has been really nice. And you start to appreciate the little things. You start to appreciate, oh, I'm so thankful to be able to be having a college education. I'm so thankful to like just the little things. And I think that's what's so important to remember is throughout this whole pandemic, obviously it's been tough, but to the people who are complaining about wearing a mask, there are so many other things that people are going through that aren't even publicized on social media and on the internet, that people are going through that you don't even know about. And it's just hard for me to process that, like people who are saying, my summer has been ruined because I have to wear a mask and I can't go out and party and do all this stuff. And that's what's difficult for me, is that there are people going through so many other things, and the easiest thing to do is wear a mask. And if you're complaining about that, then you can unsubscribe. I don't want you here. I'm sorry. I just really don't want you here. Obviously, school's weird. I have some in-person classes. I have some remote classes, but everyone has to wear a mask, obviously. And we have these new food robots too. It's kind of interesting. You can order food from the app, and then they deliver it on campus to different spots. This is what they look like, and it's interesting. It is fun. So it feels a little apocalyptic. We've got robots everywhere, and we've got masks, but it's something. But yeah, it is getting kind of dark in here. I'm gonna turn on a light really quick. Okay, this is kind of yellow, but we're gonna roll with it. I'm sorry, it's how it's gonna be. Obviously, I kind of have been rambling a lot through this video, but my overall point is that no matter what you're going through, no matter what struggle you are going through, you're not alone, and there are other people out there who are going through the same stuff, and it is so important. I can't emphasize this enough. It is so important to know what you want and know what makes you happy and what makes your stomach get that excited feeling. And for me, that is being on here and making content and being out exploring and doing things that I want to be doing. And if something is holding you back from doing what you want, or if someone is in your life who is not allowing you to express yourself and be the person you want to be, then I truly recommend considering doing what you need to do to take those steps to be yourself and do the things that will make you happy. Because whether that be cutting someone off, whether that be distancing yourself, whether that be just having a self-care day. I mean, so much comes from, I'm so addicted to my phone that I get so caught up in social media and just looking on stuff that I forget that I'm actually a real life person and doing stuff every day. So if it be taking the day to just not be on your phone, or go for a walk, or find a new park or something outside, whatever it is that makes you happy and gives you that feeling of positivity and wanting to grow, then do it. Nothing is holding you back. Obviously there are things that can hold you back, but if you can get out of it and do what makes you happy, I truly am a firm believer in that. So, and during the summer, I also was very excited to have a job, which a lot of people didn't have full-time jobs, which I was super thankful for. I was doing a lot of really cool things. I was doing product photography, fruit flies. I was doing product photography, I was doing graphic design, I was doing page layouts for different magazine stuff, I was doing clinical photos for the company, and I was doing all these really cool things. I was doing the social media, which was fun. And that was kind of my escape, and that was what got me through the summer, honestly, and it was a super good learning experience, and I'm so thankful for that opportunity, and that's what really got me through. I guess this is not relevant, but Animal Crossing came out in March, and that is what got me through the summer. I have played Animal Crossing for most of my life, so that was really nice that the new version came out on the Switch. I haven't really played it that much within the last month, but that was super fun. I definitely logged over 300 hours. So that was a little embarrassing, but what had to be done for my mental state. Also, Taylor Swift dropped an album in July. Yeah, the end of July, and it was very spontaneous. She just posted about it and said, "Oh, the album's coming tomorrow," and I was like, "Oh, you're gonna do this to me like that?" I was late to work that day. I did see the post that she made, and I had a little bit of a breakdown. So that was fun. The album is super good. I am also, I guess this kind of goes off of the same thing, I am planning on starting a second channel for music related things. If you have been here a long time, you know that my channel kind of started with music. The first video I ever posted was a video talking about my top 5 albums of summer. Oh my god. That is a long time ago. 2016. Yeah, almost 5 years ago. That's weird. Anyways, yeah, my channel kind of turned into a reaction channel and a music channel, and it's tough for me to focus on one thing, so I feel like starting a second channel where I do music related content, and then for this channel to be kind of my college stuff and my photography and my personal life day-to-day stuff would be really cool, because then this way I can kind of combine the two things that I'm super passionate about and then put it into separate things. And if it does become too much, then I'll figure it out. But for right now, I if I have this stuff created, my second channel will be linked in the description down below. I'm excited. I am feeling pretty good about it, so I hope that you guys are excited for that as well too. I'm also very sorry that it's super orange, but that's just the lighting in my apartment and it's dark right now, so I had to do this. But also be on the lookout for new videos. I have several videos that I have filmed over the last few months. My video just randomly stopped, but like I was saying. But yeah, I have filmed several videos over the last few months, and I am planning to go back and edit those and post them, even though it's kind of like not like up to date. But be on the lookout. I have a vlog I did for St. Patrick's Day. I have another college vlog. I have an outfit video thing I did, dressing up like zodiac sign stuff, so that was cool. So just be on the lookout. I'm going to be trying my best to be on here as much as I can, and now that I'm getting some space and focusing on myself, I really truly feel like being back on YouTube and sharing and opening up about everything is going to be super good for me and a good way to occupy my leftover time. So I don't really know if there's anything else. I'm sure there is. There is probably something that I forgot, but at this rate, there is going to be more videos, so if there's something that I forgot, I will talk to you guys about it in a future video. But for now, we're back, and if you guys aren't following my other social media, make sure to subscribe and follow my Instagram and my Twitter and my TikTok. I'll have that all linked in the description as usual. That was not English. I will have that all linked in the description as usual, and hopefully this video makes it to the internet. I'm not really sure if it will, but I'm hoping that it does. As I'm starting to look more and more like a tomato in the camera, I think that is my cue. That is my cue to go. But I hope you guys are doing good. Let me know in the comments how you have been throughout this whole quarantine, throughout all of this past year. I really want to know what you guys are up to. I will be chatting with you guys in the comments, and I hope you all are having a fantastic day, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!